Good morning, students. So, continuous of our class on organization management of first unit. Today, we are going to discuss the topic is planning. So, planning, according to Theo Hamann, planning is the function that determines in advance what should be done. It consists of selecting the enterprise objective, policies, programs, procedures, and other means of achieving the objectives. సో ప్లానింగ్ అంటే ఏంటంటే అకార్డింగ్ టు థియో హేమన్ ప్రకారము అడ్వాన్స్గా మనం ఏం చేయాలన్న దాన్ని ముందుగా ఊహించుకొని దాన్ని నిర్ణయించుకొని దానికి సంబంధించినటువంటి ఎంటర్ప్రైజెస్ అంటే ఆ సంస్థకు సంబంధించినటువంటి ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్, పాలసీస్, విధానాలు కానీ, ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ కానీ, దాని ప్రొసీజర్స్ని అవన్నీ ఫాలో అవుతూ వాటికి కావాల్సినటువంటి ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ లక్ష్యాలను సాధించేదే ప్లానింగ్ అని చెప్తాం. So in this topic, types of planning. Types of planning. The process of planning may be classified into different categories on the following basis. Number one, nature of planning. In that, formal planning, informal planning. Second one, duration of planning, that is short-term planning, long-term planning. So coming to third one, levels of management. That's three types. Number one, strategic planning, intermediate planning, operational planning. Uses, fourth one, in the uses, standing plans, single use plans. So coming to the number first one, nature of planning, and that formal planning. What is formal planning? Planning is formal when it is reduced to writing. When the numbers of actions are large, it is good to have a formal plan since it will help adequate control. ప్లానింగ్ అనేది ఎప్పుడైతే మనం ఒక ఫార్మల్గా ఒక అధికారికంగా చెప్పవచ్చు, ఎప్పుడు దాన్ని ఏ విధంగా చేయాలి ఇవన్నీ రాయడం కంటే ఒక అధికారికంగా చెప్పడం అనేది కరెక్ట్ ఫార్మల్ ప్లానింగ్ అంటారు. దీంట్లో నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ యాక్షన్స్ ఎక్కువగా ఉండి మంచి ఉన్నట్టయితే ఇది చాలా సహాయకారిగా ఉంటుంది ఫార్మల్ ప్లానింగ్. The term formal means official and recognized. సో ఇక్కడ మనం ఫార్మల్ అంటే అర్థం ఏంటంటే అఫీషియల్, అధికారికంగా, మరియు రికగ్నైజ్, గుర్తించబడింది అనేది అర్థం వస్తుంది. ఎనీ ప్లానింగ్ కెన్ బి డన్ అఫీషియల్లీ టు బి ఫాలోడ్ ఆర్ ఇంప్లిమెంటెడ్. ఏదైనా ప్లానింగ్ కూడా అఫీషియల్ గా ఫాలో చేయడం కానీ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయడం అనేది జరుగుతుంది. Formal planning is aimed to determine and objectives of planning. సో ఫార్మల్ ప్లానింగ్ అంటే అర్థం ఏంటంటే దాని యొక్క లక్ష్యం ఏంటంటే ఆ ప్లానింగ్ ఉన్నటువంటి లక్ష్యాలు ఏంటిదో అది ఏ విధంగా మనం సాధించవచ్చు అనేది నిర్ణయించబడుతుంది. ఇట్ ఈస్ ద యాక్షన్ దట్ డిటర్మైన్ ఇన్ అడ్వాన్స్ వాట్ షుడ్ బి డన్. యాక్చువల్గా మనం ఏ విధంగా డిసైడ్ అవుతుందంటే ముందుగా ఇది ఏ విధంగా చేయాలి అనేది ముందుగా నిర్ణయించడం అనేది జరుగుతుంది. దీంట్లో అడ్వాంటేజెస్ నెంబర్ 1, ప్రాపర్ కోఆపరేషన్ among employees, unity of action, economy. Fourth one, proper coordination and control. Fifth one, choosing the right objectives. And sixth one, future plan. Coming to the next one, informal planning, అనధికారికమైనటువంటి planning. An informal plan is one which is not in writing, but it is conceived in the mind of the manager. ఇంతకుముందు చెప్పినట్టు ఫార్మల్ అంటే అధికారికంగా రిటర్న్ గా చెప్పబడి ఉంటుంది. ఇన్ఫార్మల్ అనేది ఏంటంటే రైటింగ్ లో ఉండదు, కానీ మేనేజర్ యొక్క మైండ్ లో ఉన్నటువంటి అతను ఉన్నటువంటి ఆలోచన ప్రకారంగా పనులు చేసుకోవడం అనేది జరుగుతుంది. ఇన్ఫార్మల్ ప్లానింగ్ విల్ బి ఎఫెక్టివ్ when the number of actions is less and actions have to be taken in short period. సో ఇన్ఫార్మల్ ప్లానింగ్ అనేది చాలా ఎఫెక్టివ్ ఉంటుంది. ఎప్పుడు దాని యాక్షన్ దానిలో చేయాల్సిన చర్యలు అనేది చాలా తక్కువ ఉండి యాక్షన్స్ కూడా తక్కువగా ఉన్నప్పుడు అది విత్ ఇన్ ద షార్ట్ పీరియడ్ లో జరిగితే మాత్రం చాలా ఎఫెక్టివ్ అనేది ఉంటుంది ఇన్ఫార్మల్ ప్లానింగ్. నెక్స్ట్, డ్యూరేషన్ ఆఫ్ ప్లానింగ్. ఇన్ దట్ డ్యూరేషన్ ఆఫ్ ప్లానింగ్ లో నెంబర్ 1, షార్ట్ ప్లానింగ్ టర్మ్. Short term planning is the planning which covers less than 2 years. It must be formulated in a manner consistent with the long term plans. It is considered as tactical planning. So short term planning ante 2 years కంటే తక్కువ ఉన్నటువంటి విధానపరమైన ప్లానింగ్స్. దీన్ని మనం టాక్టికల్ ప్లానింగ్ అని కూడా చెప్పొచ్చు. చాలా తెలివిగా అంటే టాక్టికల్ గా చేశారు కదా చెప్పవచ్చు. షార్ట్ టర్మ్ ప్లాన్స్ ఆర్ కన్సర్న్డ్ విత్ ఇమీడియట్ ఫ్యూచర్. ఇట్ టేక్స్ ఇంటూ అకౌంట్ ది available resources only and is concerned with the current operations of the business. This may include plans concerning inventory planning and control, employee training, work methods, etc. Coming to the advantage, it can be easily adjustable. Second one, changes can be made and incorporated. Third one, easy to gauge. Fourth one, only little resources required. Disadvantages: very short period, leftover things will be more, difficult to mobilize the resources. Third one, communications cycle will not be completed. Long-term planning. Long-term planning usually converts long-term planning usually covers a period of more than 5 years, mostly between 5 and 15 years. So long-term planning చూసినట్టయితే 5 years అంతకంటే 5 నుండి 15 years మధ్యలో ఉంటుంది. It deals with broader technological and competitive aspects of the organization as well as allocation of resources over a relatively long time period. Long-term planning is considered as a strategic planning. Short-term planning covers the period of 1 year, while long-term planning covers 5 to 15 years. In between, there may be medium-term plans. Usually, medium-term plans are focusing on between 2 and 5 years. These may include plan for purchase of materials, production, labor, overhead expenses, and so on. Advantages. Number one, sufficient time to plan and implement. Second, effective control. Third one, adjustment, and changes may be made gradually. Periodic evaluation is possible. Fifth one, thrust areas can be identified easily. Sixth one, weakness can be spotted and rectified then and there. Disadvantages. Prediction is difficult, full of uncertainties. Third one, objectives and targets may not be achieved in full. Fourth one, more resources required. Levels of management in that strategic planning. The strategic planning is the process of determining overall objectives of the organization and the policies and strategies adopted to achieve those objectives. It is conducted by the top management, which include Chief Executive Officer, President, Vice President, General Managers, etc. It is a long range planning and may cover a time period of up to 10 years. సో స్ట్రాటజిక్ ప్లానింగ్ అనేది ఓవరాల్ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ ఒక ఆర్గనైజేషన్ యొక్క ఓవరాల్ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ అనేది నిర్ణయించబడుతుంది. అంతేకాకుండా దాని యొక్క పాలసీస్ కావచ్చు, స్ట్రాటజీస్, విధానపరమైన అన్ని సేకరిస్తూ ఆధారంగా మనకు కావాల్సినటువంటి ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ను గోల్ రీచ్ అవుతాం. ఈ స్ట్రాటజిక్ ప్లానింగ్ అంతా కూడా టాప్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ లెవెల్లో జరుగుతుంది. దీంట్లో ఎవరెవరు ఉంటారంటే ప్రెసిడెంట్, విపి, జనరల్ మేనేజర్స్, ఎగ్జిక్యూటివ్ మేనేజర్స్, ఇలా రకరకాల టాప్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ అంతా కూడా కూర్చొని ఇవన్నీ నిర్ణయపరమైన ప్లానింగ్ చేస్తుంటారు. సో అట్లా తీసుకున్న ప్లాన్ కూడా అది ఎప్పటి వరకు ఒక 10 years అనే టైం బ్యాండ్ వరకు దాన్ని నిర్ణయించడం అనేది చేస్తుంది. ఇట్ ఈస్ బేసికల్లీ డీల్స్ విత్ the total assessment of the organization's capabilities, its strengths and its weaknesses, and an objective evaluation of the dynamic environment. The planning also determines the direction the company will be taking in achieving these goals. Second one, intermediate planning. Intermediate planning. Intermediate planning cover time frames of about 6 months to 2 years. So intermediate planning అనేది 6 months to 2 years వరకు ఉంటుంది and is contemplated by middle management. సో ఇదంతా మిడిల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ వాళ్ళు నిర్ణయం తీసుకుంటారు, which includes functional managers, department heads and product line managers. ఇదంతా కూడా మిడిల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ వాళ్ళు కాబట్టి మిడిల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ ఎవరు ఉంటారు? మేనేజర్స్, ప్రొడక్షన్ మేనేజర్స్ కావచ్చు, హెడ్ ఆఫ్ ది డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్, తర్వాత కన్సర్న్స్ managers. They also have the task of polishing the top management's strategic plans. The middle management will have a critical look at the resources available and they will determine the most effective and efficient mix of human, financial and material factors. They refine the broad strategic plans into more workable and realistic plans. The third one, operational planning. Operational planning deals with only current activities. It keeps the business running. These plans are the responsibility of the lower management and are conducted by unit supervisors, foremen, etc. So operational planning అనేదంతా చివరిలో వస్తుంది అనమాట, ఫ్లోర్ లెవెల్లో జరుగుతుంది. ఇదంతా ఎవరు? సూపర్వైజర్స్ కావచ్చు, గవర్నమెంట్స్ కావచ్చు, వాళ్ళు తీసుకునేటువంటి నిర్ణయం అదంతా టాప్ పోయకుండా అక్కడక్కడ అంతర్గతంగా చేసుకున్నాం. దీస్ ఆర్ షార్ట్ రేంజ్ ప్లాన్స్ కవరింగ్ ఏ టైమ్ స్పాన్ ఫ్రమ్ 1 week to 1 year. సో ఇది వీళ్ళు తీసుకునే షార్ట్ రేంజ్ ప్లాన్సే దాని టైం కూడా ఒక 1 week లేకపోతే ఒక 1 year వరకు ఆ ప్లాన్ అవలంబిస్తుంటారు అన్నమాట. These are more specific and they determine how a specific job is to be completed in the best possible way. Most operational plans divided into functional areas such as production, finance, marketing, personal, etc. Thus, even though planning at all levels is important, since all levels are integrated into one, the strategic planning requires closer observation since it establishes the direction of the organization. Uses in this number one, standing plan. Standing plan is one which is designed to be used over and over again. Objectives, policies, procedures, methods, rules, and strategies are included in standing plans. Its nature is mechanical. It helps executives to reduce their workload. Standing plan is also called routine plan. Standing or routine plan is generally long range. Second one, single use plan. Single use plan is one which sets a course of action for a particular set of circumstances and is used up once the particular goal is achieved. They may include program, budgets, projects, and schedules. It is also called specific planning. Single use plan is short range. Components of planning are planning techniques. In this, planning consists of several individual plans or components of planning which are usually bound together. In this, number one, forecasting, second one, objectives, third one, policies, fourth one, programs, fifth one, strategies, sixth one, schedules, seventh one, procedures, eighth one, rules, ninth one, budgets. In this, forecasting అంటే ముందు ఏం జరగబోతుందో చెప్పడం. Forecasting becomes an integral an integral part of the planning process. It is a prediction of future events, and conditions. It therefore includes both the assessment of the future and the provision for it. It helps to reduce the uncertainties that surround management decision making. Objectives. Objectives are the ends towards which is which activity is aimed. They are the result to be achieved. They present not only the end point of planning but also the end toward which organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling are aimed. Organization can grow without any difficulty if it has well defined objectives. These objectives should be clearly defined and communicated throughout the organization. Such objectives must be realistic, policies. Moot and Donald defines policies are general statements or undertakings which guide or channel thinking in decision making of subordinates. So, policies act as guides to thinking and action of subordinates in the organization. సో పాలసీస్ అనేది జనరల్ ఒక స్టేట్మెంట్ లాంటిది కావచ్చు. ఏదైతే విధానపరమైన నిర్ణయాలు ఉంటుందో అది ఒక పాలసీ మెథడ్ అన్నమాట. దాన్ని మనం అండర్టేకింగ్ తీసుకొని అది ఏదైతే ఒక రూల్ లాగా ఫాలో అవుతూ ఆ సబార్డినేట్స్ అనేది ఆ డిసిషన్ మేకింగ్ ఏదైతే చేస్తారో దాని ప్రకారంగా వాళ్ళు ఫాలో అవ్వాల్సింది. It should be clearly prescribed and understandable by our programs. It refers to the course of action of work to be carried out in proper sequence for the purpose of achieving specific objectives. Coming to the strategies. So Notes and Hinge defined strategies as a general program of action and a deployment of resources to attain comprehensive objectives, or the determination of the basic long-term objectives of an enterprise. So strategies అనేవి లాంగ్ టర్మ్ బేసిస్ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ ఆ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ సాధించడానికి తీసుకోవాల్సిన విధానమే స్ట్రాటజీస్ అండ్ ది అడాప్షన్ ఆఫ్ కోర్సెస్ ఆఫ్ యాక్షన్ and allocation of resources to achieve these goals. It is specific type of plan for achieving organizational goals. Schedules. Fixing a time sequence for every operation is known as schedules. Normally, it forms part of programming, a part of action plan. Coming to the procedure, procedures are plans that establish a required method of handling future activities. They are guides to action rather than to thinking, and they detail the exact manner in which certain activities must be accomplished. They are chronological sequences of required actions. Rules spells out specific required actions or non-actions following no direction. They are usually the simplest type of plan. Ninth one, budgets. A budget is a statement of expected results expressed in numerical terms. It may be referred to as a numberized program. A budget may be expressed either in financial terms or in terms of labor hours, units of product, machine hours, or any other numerically measurable term. It helps the organization to control the action by comparing budgetary and actual results. So advantages of planning. Primacy of planning. Number one, primacy of planning. Even though there are other managerial functions such as organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling, which helps to achieve the organizational goals. Planning precedes all other managerial functions. It establishes objectives necessary for all group effort. So helping to management, since the planning is a future course of action, managers are able to define their objectives and get direction. Also, it creates a unity of purpose. Third one, effective utilization of resources. Coming to this, proper planning helps to proper and effective utilization of resources. Resources are identified for optimum utility through planning. So waste or minimum waste of resources will not result, and thereby idle time for workers and downtime for machines will be reduced. This will lead to result in minimum cost of operations. Fourth one, minimum cost. Planning helps to minimize cost by providing greater utilization of the available resources. All kinds of wastage of men, materials, money, and machines are prevented with the help of planning. To help in motivation, one, all employees of the organization can feel that if the plans are communicated to them, in this case, the sense of belongings of employees increases, and therefore they will be highly motivated. To offset uncertainty and changes, in this there may be continuous change in the environment, and organization has to work in accelerating change. This change is reflected in both tangible and intangible forms. Tangible changes are in the form of changes in technology, market forces, and government regulations. Intangible changes reflect in changes in attitudes, values, cultures, etc. In order to cope up with the requirements of such changes, organization must roll ahead for its future course of action, which is basically provided by planning process. Planning does not stop changes in the environment, but gears the organization to take suitable actions so that it is successful in achieving its objectives. So, helping coordination. Next one. Proper planning is made by unifying all areas on departments of the organization. It will leads to coordinate and harmony among the departments is achieved. Eighth one, facilities control. Planning provides performance standards and stands for measuring the progress of the organization. Therefore, management can compare the actual performance with the standards. Manager can control action by looking at different penny deviation. Ninth one, facilitates decision making. Planning provides a framework for decision making since the planning provides for feedback, periodic evaluation, and indication for any deviation. Corrective action can be taken which leads to better decision making. Fifth one, encourage innovation and creativity. It brings about rationality in managerial approach and improvement in executive thinking. DFC said that a good planning process will provide avenues for individual participation, will throw up more ideas about the company and its environment, will encourage an atmosphere of frankness and corporate self criticism, and will stimulate managers to achieve more. Last one, improves competitive strength. Since the operations are planned in advance, company can take its action concretely. It improves the competitive strength of the organization. So students, once again we are going to recapturing the today topics in organization management. So what is planning? So planning is the function that determines in advance what should be done. It consists of selecting the enterprise objectives, policies, programs, procedures, and other means of achieving these objectives. So next one, types of planning. In that one, number one, nature of planning. Nature of planning is subdivided into two. Number one, formal planning, informal planning. So second one, duration of planning. In that, short-term planning, long-term planning. So levels of method one, levels of management. In that, strategic planning, intermediate planning, operational planning. So uses, standing plans, single use plans. So, so nature of planning, formal planning is a formal when it is reduced to writing. When the numbers of actions are large, it is good to have a formal plan since it will help adequate control. Advantage, proper cooperation among employees, unity of action, economy, proper coordination and control, choosing the right objectives, and future plan. So informal plan is will be affected when the number of action is less and action have to be taken in short period. An informal plan is not in writing, but it is conceived in the mind of the manager. So duration of planning, in that short-term planning. So short-term plans are concerned with immediate future. It takes into account the available resources only and is concerned with the current operations of the business. Advantages in that, number one, it can be easily adjustable. Changes can be made and incorporated. Easy to gauge. Only little resources required. So disadvantages, very short period, leftover things will be more, difficult to mobilize the resources, communication cycle will not be completed, long-term planning. Long-term planning usually covers a period of more than 5 years, mostly between 5 and 15 years. Advantages, sufficient time to plan and implement, effective control, adjustment and changes may be made gradually, periodic evaluation is possible, thrust areas can be identified easily, weakness can be spotted and rectified then and there. So disadvantages, prediction is difficult, full of uncertainties, objectives and targets may not be achieved in full, more resources required. So in the levels of management, number one, strategic planning, intermediate planning, operational planning. Uses, standing plan, single use plan. So components of planning, in these components or planning techniques are forecasting, objectives, policies, programs, strategies, schedules, procedures, rules and budgets, So forecasting, it becomes an integral part of the planning process. It is a prediction of future events and conditions. Objectives. Objectives are the ends toward which activity is aimed. They are the result to be achieved. Policies are general statement or undertaking which guide or channel thinking in decision making of subordinates. Programs, strategies means a general program of action and deployment of resources to attain compressive objectives. So advantage of planning, number one, primacy of planning, number two, helping to management, number three, effective utilization of resources,